What's going on, everybody? Shiraz Ahmed here, and in today's video we're going to summarize a great piece that was written by the Visual Capitalist that reported and analyzed over 500 articles, reports, podcasts, and interviews to create a big picture outlook on what experts predict could be coming for this year in 2023. So stay tuned. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So my obligatory disclaimer as a licensed professional, this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered to be advice. As always, if you're ever unsure about anything or you're considering something, please consider speaking with a licensed financial professional. Okay, so with that out of the way, it's important to never get too caught up or blindly follow any prediction that anybody makes, because after all, they're really just estimated guesses. But that said, it is important to have a pulse on what's going on and how experts view the current and potential future economic climate. So we've learned a few things about the universe of predictions, experts, and outlooks and forecasts. So let's summarize them as follows. Experts are reasonably good at predicting the future about 1 year out, though they're also in a strong position to help shape the future through their influential thought leadership and actions. Now, of course, situations can and ultimately will flare up in unexpected ways, which can have knock-on effects on the whole system. For example, think like COVID-19 coming or the Ukraine invasion. And of course, experts are just as susceptible to hype like the rest of us. After all, we're all human. As evidenced by the glut of Web3 predictions in 2023, and of course, as this year is already underway, the AI predictions for 2023. So the purpose of this video is to really serve as an overview on how a lot of the experts think that markets will potentially move and how trends will develop and which risks and opportunities to watch over the coming 12 months. So to start off, let's do a little bit of a vibe check on the economy. Now, experts predict that inflation is expected to ease off in 2023. Hopefully, that's some good news, but will not drop back down to that 2% range favored by most Fed policymakers. GDP growth is expected to also unfortunately decline at about 1.5% to 2% this year. A recession in developed markets is seen as almost inevitable, but some analysts believe that the US and Europe may narrowly avoid it. The financial industry is cautiously optimistic about equities after a poor year for bonds in 2022. Most analysts are now saying that bonds are back. Okay, so next let's look at what's going on in the world of artificial intelligence as a big theme here. So AI is being set up as a major catalyst for 2023, with startups forcing big tech companies to innovate faster, and employees are actually finding new ways to use AI-powered tools to increase their own individual productivity. Now, AI's impact on people's lives is expected to be visible and tangible, with the potential to disrupt industries like art and design, but also providing useful tools for idea generation and increasing productivity in various fields. Okay, thirdly, let's dive into the China factor. So, as the second largest economy and linchpin ultimately in global trade, events in China have a major impact on the world economy. China's reversal of its zero COVID restrictions is expected to change the trajectory of the country's economy by unleashing a flood of household spending and consumption. Now, China's reopening will also impact other economies, with Hong Kong's GDP potentially jumping upwards of 8% after reopening is complete, and other emerging market commodities exporters seeing a big lift. But inflation could also be reinvigorated, so that's something to watch out for. Now, in the US, a storm is brewing over the popular video app TikTok, and many experts predict that regulators will either ban the app altogether or force the sale of the company to an American entity, which underscores the souring relationship, unfortunately, between the US and China, and that rivalry will continue to have ripple effects on the global markets throughout the year. Okay, next we're going to talk a little bit about what is predicted for the energy sector. So energy was a top performing sector in the S&P 500 for the past 2 years, and experts believe this will likely continue to grow in 2023. The global energy system is complex and unpredictable, with geopolitical risk being a major factor that can impact energy supplies. Europe is likely to continue to diversify its energy imports away from Russia, and liquefied natural gas from the US will likely help fill some of that gap. Iran could also be potentially a flashpoint in the Middle East this year, with the potential instability and knock-on effects of the energy industry, particularly in the event of a potential attack on any oil and gas infrastructure. Some other factors to consider in 2023 include the U.S. Department of Energy's aim to replenish its strategic petroleum reserve. Now, the potential easing of U.S. sanctions on Venezuela leading to increased oil production, which could also increase the demand for energy in post-COVID zero China, and higher energy bills for households, of course, in the UK, due to energy price guarantee rising in April. Now, lastly, we're going to investigate what's being referred to as the Elon playbook. Now, tech and tech-adjacent companies have resumed layoffs after a lull in December. Salesforce has announced it is trimming 7,000 jobs, and Amazon is cutting 18,000 roles, primarily impacting the corporate side of the business. Many experts believe that Elon Musk's strategy of ruthlessly slashing headcount at Twitter might serve as potential inspiration for other tech leaders as well. Now, the tech industry employees are extremely well compensated, and many were hired during periods of intense competition between companies. During a downturn, companies may need to course correct, and there are predictions that startup and investment ecosystem could be switching from hypergrowth to a value-focused mindset, which is worth considering in 2023. Okay, so I know that's a lot to unpack, and it's kind of like drinking from a fire hose. So let's try to summarize this and make it crystal clear, and take a moment to go over some of the other big themes to watch out for as well. So to summarize, experts are really predicting that, first off, the global economy will recover from the pandemic-induced recession, but growth will be uneven across countries and sectors. Economic nationalism will increase as countries seek to protect their own industries and supply chains. Remote work will continue to be on the rise and leading to changes in the real estate market and how people decide to live and work. Climate change will also drive increased investment in green technologies and infrastructure. The use of digital currencies, of course, will become more widespread, and government regulators and oversight will probably also increase as well. So that's it for some of the predictions out there for 2023. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more updates and insights into the future. For more other videos on finance and topics, please consider hitting that subscribe button, as it really does help out the channel. If there are other topics or things that you want me to cover, I'll put my contact information at the end of this video. Until next time, please stay safe out there, you all. All the best. Bye for now.